It's obvious that we've all been seeing buildings on land since we were born. Today in this video, we're gonna show you structures that are not on solid land but on water. We're gonna take a look at some floating structures that are not only spectacular to look at but also architectural marvels. Number 1. Floating Prison, New York City, USA. Everybody has witnessed boats floating in the ocean. However, you won't have heard of a floating prison before. I'd like to introduce you to The Boat, another name for the Bain Correctional Center. The Guinness Book of World Records has named this 800-bed jail barge a floating facility, the largest functioning prison ship in the entire world. Since 1992, the prison has been in operation. There are 100 cells and 16 dormitories on the boat. Even basketball courts are available for recreational purposes. Let me give you 2 fun facts. Did you know that more Americans have died on British prison ships than in battle? The second fun fact is that the jail opened in 1992 as a supposedly temporary and emergency fix for a soaring inmate population fueled by the crack epidemic. But that was 27 years ago. In recent reports, the City Council has planned to conduct a vote, and if approved, the jail will be closed by 2026. Number 2. Spiral Island, Mexico. British artist Richard Soher created Spiral Island, a floating artificial island near Mexico. He gathered used plastic bottles being thrown out and put them in nets. The bamboo and plywood was supported by netting made from plastic bottle waste. He then began covering the entire structure with sand and grew vegetation like mangroves. In order to build the 66 by 54 foot edifice, he utilized over 250,000 bottles. Hurricane Emily wrecked the original Spiral Island in 2005. Joyksey Island, a replacement that had been accessible for tours since 2008, was also shut down as a result of storm damage. Soher built the Joyksey Island in the years 2007 and 2008. The new island went on to expand from the initial length of 20 meters to 25 meters. The reason for the expansion was the growth of mangroves and other plants along the island. Number 3. The floating stage of the Bregenz Festival in Austria. Every July and August, Bregenz, Austria hosts the Bregenz Festival, a festival of performing arts. It's situated on Lake Constance and has a sizable floating stage. Depending on the type of performance, the storage might need to be changed. The stage is one of the world's floating stages. During the festival, around 7,000 spectators can be accommodated on the stage. What makes the stage even more incredible is the fact that the storage can last up to 2 years even in extreme weather. The fact that the stage has to be lightweight and durable simultaneously is enough to make us realize how complex the structure's design will be. Here's a fun fact about the floating stage. During some of the performances in the summer of 2008, some of the scenes of the movie James Bond: Quantum of Solace was shot. Daniel Craig would be seen walking among the public. Number 4. Floating Supermarket, India. ConsumerFed, the organization that oversees the government-sponsored retail cooperative societies in Kuttanad archipelago of India, decided to construct the Triveni Superstore, a floating supermarket. This massive boat-shaped floating superstore is made of steel-reinforced cement that is resistant to corrosion. Essentially, one may find anything they need, from food to regular household necessities. However, no more than 20 individuals can be in the shop at once. These 20 people should also include the store employees and the boat's captain. Number 5. Floating Movie Theatre, Thailand. The floating movie theatre was designed and built by a German architect named Ole Scheren. The floating movie theatre was called Archipelago Cinema. The German architect used wood and tire platforms to create a basic floating structure. He ended up creating a raft-like structure using recycled materials. Once the film festival was over, Ole Sheeran donated the floating structure to a local community. Number 6. Floating Hotel, Norway. Are we ever planned to go all the way to Norway to view the beautiful northern lights? We have the perfect place for where you can view the lights. We're talking about the Floating Crystal Hotel in Norway. The shape of the hotel is like that of a snowflake. The glass roof hotel has 86 rooms and keeps floating in the waters of the northern city of Tromsø. The stability of the entire structure is maintained using a network of cables and springs. This helps protect the structure from storms and waves. Number 7. Floating Island, Seoul, South Korea. The Han era saw the construction of this floating island. Seoul is divided in half by the Han River. The island structure has an incredibly lovely connotation. The island is divided into 3 sections by its structure. The 3 stages of a flower's life cycle are represented by each component: seed, bud, and blossom. The island has ample space to contain many homes, shopping centers, and hotels. Throughout the year, the island hosts a sizable number of festivals and exhibitions. Number 8. Floating Golf Course, Maldives. Although this project is in its planning phase, it is still an exciting idea to think about. The Maldives Royal Indian Ocean Club will probably be one of the world's largest and first floating golf courses. Water canals will be created and used as means to travel from one hole to another. Players will have to use a speedboat to navigate through the course. Number 9. The Floating Pavilion, Rotterdam, Netherlands. 3 floating half-spheres forms the Floating Pavilion. The building can be moved to any desired location because it's entirely transportable. It is also utilized as a portable exhibition hall and a conference room due to how readily it can be moved. Together with public domain architecting, Delta Sync created the Floating Pavilion. Climate change can be readily managed with this pavilion. It is a genuinely outstanding architecture because of these sustainable features. Number 10. Floating Skate Ramp, Lake Tahoe, USA. A well-known skateboarder from Brazil is named Bob Burnquist. In 2013, Bob created the floating skate ramp in response to a request from Visit California for an original idea. On the American Lake Tahoe, the floating skate was eventually constructed. What a great place to skate! Even if you fall while skating, water will always catch you to keep you safe. In just 4 days, designers Jerry Blome and Jeff King had constructed the complete wooden ramp. Number 11. Floating Farm, Greenland. A group of French architecture students designed this concept farm. The floating farm, named the Arctic Harvester, aims to float between the waters of Greenland and northern Canada. The runoff from the melting icebergs will be used to power the structure. The floating farm is a hydroponic farm. A hydroponic farm is a type of farm where plants are grown without using soil. Overall, the farm will derive energy from solar panels and an osmotic system. Floating Island, situated in Seoul, South Korea, was created as a part of the Han River Renaissance, a governmental initiative to rejuvenate a frequently ignored city region. The complex, a partnership between H Architecture and New York and Hyun Architecture in Seoul, comprises 3 structures that stand in for a flowering flower's seed, bud, and blossom phases. The island-like structures, made of glass, wood, and steel, contain stores, eateries, and a multitude of venues that organize festivals, concerts, and exhibitions all year long. Number 12. Floating Island. The idea for Floating Island, situated in Seoul, South Korea, came about as a result of the city's Han River Renaissance initiative, which aimed to rejuvenate a frequently ignored region of the city. The complex, a joint effort by H Architecture in New York and Heian Architecture in Seoul, consists of 3 structures that depict one of the 3 stages of flower development: seed, bud, and blossom. Number 13. Hassel Harbour Bath. An effort was made to promote tourism in the ancient fishing village by Hassel by building the Hassel Harbour Bath on the Danish island of Bornholm. The project's Scandinavian architect, White, set out to create a location where guests could take in breathtaking ocean views. The bath was finished in 2013 and consisted of a floating platform with 2 seating areas that resemble bleachers, one of which is approximately 20 feet high. The platform's built-in pool allows visitors to unwind in its modest waters. Number 14. Makoko Floating School. The Makoko Floating School in Lagos, Nigeria, was designed as a prototype for structures that could be floated around coastal areas prone to flooding by the architecture firm NLE. The 3-story school, constructed of locally sourced bamboo and wood, is designed on a floating platform and has an assembly hall, 4 classrooms, and a workshop. Additionally, the A-frame building can accommodate hundreds of residents in an emergency. Number 15. Arctia Headquarters. Off the coast of Helsinki is where Arctia Headquarters are located. A Finnish shipping firm's new head office owns and manages a fleet of icebreakers. The building was designed by K2S Architects and had lacquered wood interiors that honor nautical customs and a black steel facade that resembles the hulls of the company's ships. Number 16. Exbury Egg. The Exbury Egg is a private property created by Pad Studio in association with Spud Group and artist Stephen Turner. It's called for its location in Hampshire, England's Bowlow River, formerly known as the River Exe, and its shape. The egg is powered by solar panels that provide light and heat and were designed to have a low environmental impact. Number 17. Floating Pavilion, Rotterdam. Delta Sync and Public Domain Architecten created the Floating Pavilion Rotterdam, which may be viewed here on the Nieuwe Maas River in the Netherlands. The building doubles as a portable exhibition hall and a meeting room. It's made of steel beams wrapped with thin, translucent ETFE films. Number 18. Water Woningen. There are 75 separate residences in the Water Woningen housing complex. The Amsterdam neighborhood was created by Marlies Roma architects and planners and is accessible by land or canal. Each house has a concrete base below the water, which lowers the center of gravity and boosts stability. The structure's visible components are wood and steel-finished plastic moldings. The company was able to preserve the water as the central focal point and give pleasant vistas from every dwelling by dispersing the homes along the jetties. Number 19. Water Villa. The Water Villa, a residence situated in a canal southwest of Amsterdam's city centre and near the stadium constructed for the 1928 Summer Olympics, has a slatted timber facade. The 2690 square foot and 3-level home has modern halls, an entirely white kitchen, and ample living space. Sunlight enters the house through the external slats and a skylight above the atrium. The layout enabled the Water Villa residents to use all the surrounding natural features. Do let us know if you ever plan to visit any of these structures. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like and subscribe to the channel for more updates.